Hello, and welcome back to the Startup Screen Printing Podcast. My name is Jesse. You're listening to episode 1. Now, as I said in the intro, I'm going to talk about which press that I think you should start off with if you're just getting started in screen printing in this first episode. So let's go ahead and jump right in. The answer to that question can be complicated, and I'm sure everybody has their own recommendation or their own idea as to which press you should really get started with. I actually, surprisingly enough, don't think it's that important which one you get started with. I don't think it's important that you get the nicest or get the most, positive reviewed press out there, or a specific brand even. I think what's important is that if you want to start screen printing, that you get whatever allows you to start screen printing as quickly as possible. We want to remove the barriers to entry for you. Now, what I'm going to recommend that is for you is the DIY kit at Ryonet. So if you go to screenprinting.com and you check you go to the shop tab and then you go down to kits, there's a section for kits. The first 2 items in that section are going to be the DIY kit. And the only difference between the two, one of them is a gig poster kit and the other is an apparel kit. Now, it really is not necessarily gig poster versus apparel. It's water-based versus water-based and plastisol. So one's going to come with the paper, some French paper so that you can print a gig poster, or print a poster rather. And the other's going to come with some apparel. But what's important is that one comes with 2 water-based inks and the other comes with 1 water-based and 1 plastisol. So which one to get just depends on which path you want to take. If you'd like to dabble in water-based, but you know you're okay doing plastisol, then get that kit. If you know for sure that you're willing to do whatever it takes to learn how to print with water-based ink, then get that kit. Get the gig kit and then just go to Walmart and buy some blank shirts, or go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and get some they sell Gildan there. So go get some shirts there. Get whatever blank shirts you can get. It's not important that they come with a kit. What's important is that you know which path you want to go and you just start off on that little DIY press. I think that is going to be plenty for you. When I started mine, and I'm looking at my press up above me here, when I started with that press, it was plenty. And I even printed some customer orders on that press, but it at least got me going. Now I outgrew that press, and you're going to outgrow that press as well. If you're really going to take this seriously and you learn how to print, you're going to outgrow that press. But that press does everything that the standard Riley Hopkins 150 press does, except for it doesn't print multiple colors. And to be honest, you don't need to be printing multiple colors to start with. And the amount of time that it would take you to outgrow that press is probably the same amount of time that you need to just focus on one color prints. You need to get really good at printing one color on one shirt at a time, and then you cure that shirt and you're going to be fine. You're not going to be taking, 50 quantity orders at this point with this kit. You shouldn't do that with the Riley 150 either, or any other, small size press. So I don't think it's important that you spend the extra money to get the Riley Hopkins 150, where you can just spend, $200 or $300, $300 or $400, whatever those kits cost, and get a great starter press that's going to be plenty for you to learn how to print, and all the other supplies that you need. So you're going to get emulsion, you're going to get a screen, you're going to get a squeegee, you're going to get the cleaning solutions, and all of that stuff I still have and use. I still have my squeegee and I still use it, a little 10-inch wooden squeegee, and it's great, especially for smaller prints. So you're going to get in the game for a lot less. And so I think those DIY kits are great rather than spending the money on a nicer press. Get good at printing first and make sure it's something you want to do and get all the supplies you need, and then start saving your money to get something above the Riley Hopkins 150. Because I can tell you right now, if you're going to take this seriously and you're ready to start a business, you're going to want more than just a single platen. So the 4-color press that's just one station is not going to be enough very soon. The same amount of time this one's not going to be enough. So start with the DIY kit and save your money so that you can spend a little more than the 150 and go ahead and get at least a 2-location press. You'll be glad you did, and you're going to be way better off for it. You're going to be able to print these larger orders. If you can save a little longer and get the 4 location, even better. But just don't worry about getting the Cadillac press to start off with. What's important is that you get to printing as soon as possible. It's not even important that you get a flash yet, or you get, a washout booth and you know how to burn all the screens. Let somebody else handle burning the screens. I use a company called Anthem Screen Printing. I've ordered films from them. You can order a screen that's ready-made. You send them the artwork, they'll burn a screen and ship it to you. And that screen is ready to go. So let another company handle that stuff and just break even on your costs. What's important is that you're spending time on press and you're learning how to print. So get the DIY kit or get something similar, and don't worry about it not being enough press for you or not being nice. And it's not, the cool black and green. Nobody loves the black and green more than I do. As you can see, green cord, green tool chest, everything. I love green. It's my favorite color. So I love that Ryonet is green. In fact, I told Ryonet, I'm not happy that their new base layer stuff is red and black. Go back to the green. Don't worry about your press not being a nice fancy press. Just learn how to print. It's not about the press. Just like with photography, it's not about the camera. A nice camera doesn't make you a great photographer. Being able to see a shot and frame a shot and take a quality picture is what makes you a great photographer. So that you're printing on a nice Cadillac press is not going to make you put out good prints. You need to know how to put out good prints on the DIY kit first, and then you can move up to something that's more valuable, and you can appreciate the bells and whistles, and they will actually enhance your printing rather than, making you feel like you're putting out a good product, but you're really not. So that's my recommendation, right or wrong, like it or not. You may have a different opinion if you're watching this and you're a seasoned veteran, and that's okay. I would love to know your opinion because you may have a better reason and you might be right. But that's how I started, and I think it worked out great for me, and I'm going to recommend it to anybody else who's looking to get started. So be sure you go to screenprinting.com and check out those kits. And if you haven't already, you've not got anything else, I encourage you to invest in those kits and get started screen printing right away. So that's it. That's my recommendation. Let me know what questions you might have. Look forward to bringing you guys more. Be sure you check out episode 2 when it comes out. We're going to talk about finding your first customer and my recommendation on how to get your name out there because you're starting a screen print company and you need people to print for. So we're going to talk about how I recommend getting your name out there and how I did it, how it worked for me. So we'll see you in episode 2.